I feel like and we're live. There's gonna be two of you.
Paz is nowhere to be found.
For now.
Yeah. This is gonna be excellent, though. This is gonna be great for one specific reason. The fact that both of you don't even know what the fuck you're just getting yourself into.
Well, we've just survived mostly a essentially massive tsunami
Mm-hmm.
resulting from sea creatures knocking over a tower. The Castlevania tower specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Wait a minute. What? Hello?
Hello?
Give me a second. Your head's no longer load for some reason.
What?
It's cursed.
Well
it's cursed. I don't know.
Congrats, you broke it.
No, it should be fine. Okay, let's see. Wait a minute, where are your heads? Give me a second.
They're attached to my shoulders.
Not what I see. Oh my freaking god. Oh. Can't.
Rut-row.
Yeah, right. Oh.
Rut-row. We're ready, Road.
Ready while the heads disappear for some reason. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
This is just hilarious. This is like the lowest point of this campaign where there's two people and their heads don't work. And then next week is gonna be 4. That might be 6 in a few weeks as well.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh god. Hey, at least it's 2, so literally Road of Eldorado. Let's go. So I guess since there's only 2 of you, I got a simple question to ask. You ready?
Yes.
Yes.
I also realized that meme I made is now 100% accurate.
Oh boy. So, last we left off, you were literally making your way out of the view of the giant vampire city with its menacing tower, made it to Kalna, the biggest city, one of the biggest cities in the world, and basically the home to the Loxodons. But you were not given entry to the city because of the shit that was happening nearby. So you waited and had some guests. And by warning from Kilroy that you should probably prepare yourself, the tower collapsed into the bottom of the ocean, with it a massive tidal wave swept through the world. You were hit, and you were chucked away a few hundred feet inland, making quite a bit of a wreck into the city. So technically, last we literally left off from everybody's perspective, it is kind of earlish in the morning, about 6ish, 7ish a.m. because you all took the sleep to just wait it out.
Well, my man was unconscious on the floor after
Yes,
getting his
yes. Ken slept in the plane with Lecture and Lena while you were just bashed in against the thing. So technically, what would you like to do early in the morning? Because there's only two of us, two of you. Because
Cause here comes the sun.
let's go. Let's go. So
Ah, there.
yeah. So Ravan and Ken.
Alright. Time to start the day. We're
No,
out
I
into
found
this. I'm going to survey what everybody's doing, including like the scientists and whatnot.
The scientists, the New Dunkirkians, with the Germans, actually, as manual labor, are actually preparing the paddings to the sides of the ship. Because they need to get airborne to get the fuck out of here. So that's their first priority. But besides that, life is as normal. But, you know, you're just stuck on land.
Revan, where do you be?
I'm. Oh, well, when we left off, we had pretty much. I was double checking everything, so I'd say I'd probably be at where like the infirmary is, doing stitches on my head where I cracked my head open when I got knocked about.
He's eventually gonna make your way. Hey man, how you doing?
A bit sore. Well, that wave hit us hard, but not as hard as it would have been.
Well, hey, have you seen the wooden mechanical marvel around lately?
You mean later? There's a name, you know.
Oh no.
No, I haven't. Last I checked, he was like last I saw him, he had just gone out of that little demi plane of his.
Right. I know where he's wandered off. He's a big boy. I'm sure he has things figured out.
Well, he's probably
It'd
doing.
be nice to know about the city a bit before he left.
Well, first, wait, you haven't been here before, have you?
No, he shakes his head.
Well, looks like we're in the same boat. Both literally and figuratively. Yeah.
I say. Oh man, it looks like they're gonna be a bit getting this thing off the ground. Might as well go and see what's theirs. Catch the sights.
Yeah. Do we know what district the ship is now crashed into?
You have
Aaron?
no clue. Oh. I mean, roll the
Well.
perception check. Why not?
Yeah. Perception. $11. uh.
21.
21. Okay, looking at the surroundings, you see that the place is not exactly wealthy in this part. It's not bad, but it's not exactly pristine. Then again, you don't really know what is the standard of wealth in the city. it looks relatively modest, but not super exquisite or opulent. You don't see any massive.
So we're in
Yeah,
residential, not. Yeah, okay. Luckily, it looks like we didn't hit the market, so we can probably check that out. By the way, if I disappear at any moment in the town, don't try looking for me. I'll find you. There will
Is
be.
there something I need to be aware of what that is?
There may be good If I disappear, there will be a good reason for it. Just letting you know, because last time I was in the city, I had assassins show up and try and kill me. But mind you, that was back in my world, so.
I mean, you're better off sticking next to me than going off on your own at that point.
Anyway. Okay, we need to figure out how to get down to the ground from here, because this is, considering how tall the ship is and how low the ground is, and where we are.
It's about 80 feet drop.
Yeah, basically that. Just point that out to him. I could use polymorph to change, but I'm not sure how people in the town would react to that. Any ideas? I don't think we have a ramp that goes that far down.
No, you don't.
Oh, you know, I got something else. Bring out a feather. Casting feather falling on you. Like, there you go. There's your way down.
That works too. Thanks.
And then I just use my jetpack just to fly down. It's like, there's you then.
That's right, you have a jetpack. Okay. Look, there's Kaz. He's online now. Okay.
Let's see.
I jump off the side thanks to the feather falling.
Yeah.
Don't die.
Come on, Kaz.
Get online. And we just leave him on the ship.
He's online. Come on, Kaz. Do it.
Come on, Kaz.
You can do it, boy.
You can do it, boy.
Come on, boyo. Let's have a
We just.
I almost said something really bad. I'm such an idiot. I almost said let's have a treat.
No. No, do not. Do not finish that sentence.
That's why I stopped myself.
Time for the shopping episode of this.
Or the exploratory.
Yeah, exploratory, shopping, whatever. Maybe get some more backstory hints to each of us. We never know what will happen. Are we going to continue, or are we just going to try and wait for Kaz?
God damn it.
We're letting Kaz know if he's... I'd say let's let Kaz know where we're going, so that...
Yeah, okay. Before we jumped off the side and everything, that we found them and informed them that we were heading off to the market and to explore the city, since, well, we can't exactly go anywhere at the moment. And he's offline. He's probably turning his computer off.
I mean, he was on the phone.
Yeah, I know. He probably just woke up.
He's from Britain. Yeah. So, with that being said,
Yep.
yeah. Where are you gonna head?
Well, since we don't know our way around this place, I'm going to ask the next person I see if they know the direction towards the market.
They ask which one.
Wait, there's multiple.
Yeah.
Which kind do you have?
We got one that is for the nobility to the north, one along the shore that is basically imported goods, and the one that the scum use further eastward.
Look at the map. So we are roughly on the left-hand side of this map, which would be
You're-
the west.
Yes, you're on
Correct.
the west, yes.
Okay.
You wanna take our chances, play it safe, or sample not just this place but imported stuff?
I'd say we head to the imported place, but
I say that's
I'd be a bit worried considering that place probably got hit by the wave. Mind
Yeah,
there is
you
that-
look
there
at the direction where it's pointing, and there's literally like ships, like massive,
oh.
4-story ships that are decked out in land.
I just imagine everything's flooded.
Yes.
Up to the knees, and these two dudes come in saying, "Hey, you open?"
Well, there is that shield island, which is there before the harbour, so that would have been taken most of the brunt.
Well, so we either go to the higher ups, or we take our chances. Then
Do we? We should try the nobility one, but I doubt they'll let us in. Or we can head to the one they call scum, and I'm doing air quotes.
You can go anywhere. I'm just salvaging as he literally like you're talking to like a tabaxi who's just like literally picking off like stuff from the ground. You can see that it's not his because he's going from one wreckage to another.
Actually,
he's going to.
he's doing something smart.
Kendall's going to lean over him. Lean over what he's doing, say, look at him, dead in the eyes, say, I hope you're grabbing the valuables to return to their respective owners.
Well, their respective owners are probably under your ship, so
He
Your
does have
fault?
a point. Well, no, it's not our fault that the massive tower in the distance collapsed and caused a tidal wave.
and it's not the giant title's fault,
Hey.
water's fault that your ship was parked here.
Oh, after a few seconds, he's thinking, like, they think, and he gives him a hard, like, oh god's pat on the back. At least tell me you'll try first before you just take him. And then he just walks away towards the higher up shopping district.
I honestly just follow him because there's nowhere else really to go. Majority of the places destroyed, the higher up places probably don't have a lot of people.
Yep, we're just making our way. It's like, all right, come on, it'll be fun.
You're going north?
Yep.
Yes, we're gonna
Let's-
try there first.
Let's fucking go.
Okay,
Roll me a d10, one of you.
I'll do it. 10.
Okay. Oh boy. So
I don't
Uh, so going about an hour, you look around and you see that, the general streets and the building quality has improved. Not because of the weather, but because of the way they're built. A lot of brick buildings, and it's all nice. You haven't reached anything that would you consider a market yet. And if you ask any people, they would say it's still further north. And you basically, from this point, you can basically see the entire city towards the south as you're kind of ascending upward and upward into the city.
Seems rather convenient that the ability to place themselves above everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, even we did that back in my place. I just thought everybody does it at that point.
Oh my god. Okay. So, all of a sudden, you just hear a sudden whistle coming from the north, and all of us, like, all the people, and you can see there's a lot of Loxodon here, not a lot of other people. You just hear this, like, a whistle with a trumpet afterwards, immediately, and hear a deep voice saying, make way for the Spirit Master. As, there is an entourage of, like, 10 cladded in heavy bronze armor, but having no weapons besides a simple spear with a bronze tip. These Loxodons, carrying some sort of box, which seems to be some sort of transport vehicle, and it's carrying another Loxodon. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I step to the side so I'm not in their way, because while I am a cleric of a different religion, I'm not going to disrespect those of other religions.
Yeah, just enough for them to make way.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But I was going to be staring at the person within the thing.
Yeah, I'm just standing to the side and...
As it's a very thin silk veil that essentially buries the, like, looking in and out through into the box. But as the box passes kind of you all of a sudden feel this cold glare at you coming from the box. And after a few moments, the glare passes by.
Something tells me the longer we linger around here, the worse it's going to be. Possible gut feeling, but just keep it in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
I mean, we did accidentally drop a whole boat on half the part of the world.
Well, we didn't do that, but people in the harbour decided that it was a good idea to hold us there instead of let us, go to port, and then the wave came.
Still our boat. He moves on.
Yeah.
Look, they honestly did this to themselves.
Okay, besides a normal perception check, is there anything you're looking for or trying to just see? Because you're kind of
We're
just...
trying to get to the market.
Yes, I know, but, like, while going, because, like, you walking, you ask if, like, you missed it. No, it's still north, apparently. Fuck. Like,
I am keeping my wits about me. I'm checking for anything off. As in,
damn it. Oh,
something
give me a second.
So malicious towards us.
No.
What I want is more so raw materials. More so raw materials for
Ammunition.
No. More like raw but expensive materials.
I did suggest you try making holy bullets. That's yeah. But
I am going to go and try to find a place that would have more like holy water.
Yeah, so you'd be looking for a temple.
Either a temple or some sort of magic shop.
Roll me a perception check and roll me another D10.
And like I said, I'm making sure nothing tries to sneak up on us.
Yeah.
Although that'd be kind of hard to do with Loxodons.
Yeah, Revan, you wanna roll a perception check and I'd say you were gonna look for something? Yeah.
1d20. Sorry.
Okay,
I'm rolling like shit today.
True. So, as early morning sets, clouds are slowly dispersing and the sun begins to shine upon the city. At the moment, you're walking no longer on like dirt paths or just relatively large paths. You're walking on like stone-laden paths, and it's very clean and it's very comfortable. Additionally, looking back every once in a while, you see like the massive wreckages, one by one, either getting dismantled or by some sort of magic, they're getting lifted up and slowly but surely pushed into the ocean. But besides that, nothing really happens. You still walk. It's been 2 hours since you actually went out. You would assume you're maybe like halfway through the city at this point, by how much there is left. Additionally, Ken, nobody seems to be paying much attention. There are some like looks, but more like looking at your device on your back, your weapon, as it's kind of, very sticking out. But besides that, nobody really cares what you're doing, where you're going. So yeah.
A lot of these people seem to be very interested in you, Ken. I'm wondering if it's because the weapon you possess.
Curiosity. Yep.
They probably have never seen a firearm of your caliber. Or even
As far as
firearm
I'm
in general.
concerned, until no one showed up, nobody else had either.
Good point.
Eventually, that kind of technology will make its way over here. Hopefully, this world is more responsible than mine in its uses.
Considering that we watched a guy who claimed to be a god open a book and then release a massive dragon, I doubt it.
At the very least, it'll help the normal folk match with these people who can wield magic with a flick of their finger.
Anyway, are we not even close to the? Are we still not close? to the
No.
market?
You can start to see like the rooftops of it, and at the moment it's very nice, very pristine, and you start to see like these. It's less like a marketplace, like more of a giant warehouses with nice fancy rooftops and multiple floors, and you're basically pointing in that direction. And it takes you a good, like, after 2 hours and like 10 minutes, you start to essentially walk into the noble market, which you can see there's a lot of Loxodon. Like, Loxodons are just plentiful here. So are the other races, but mostly Loxodons. And you essentially just look at these markets, and it's like there's not a single like simple bazaar type of market. It's all in these buildings that are like 2 or 3 floors, and they're all neatly packed, and they're all like very clean, and it's busy even though there was a calamity less than like a few hours ago. Ken, the first thing that hits you, like as a reference, probably the market in Cradle of Rocks by the port.
The market in what?
In Cradle of Rocks in the Druid City.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it kind of gives you the similar vibe, but it's more Loxodon and a lot more cleaner, less packed.
Very efficient of them to have them stacked like this.
Given the island that this is on, yeah, gotta make do with as much space as you possibly can.
And the first thing you like realize as you walk in is the prices are extremely fucking high. Like not absurdly high, but like high. From pristine fruits to prime cuts of meats to jewels and just trinkets. Everything is over like very expensive. Very expensive.
I see why this is the noble market. Anyone who shops
It is always a good.
anyone who shops it can easily afford it.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's always good to say the higher ones.
Yeah, but there's
Always-
tailors, there's leather workers, metal workers, smiths, bars, actual inns, as separate entities in these things.
I'm going to look. I'm gonna ask around, say, excuse me, is there a place we could buy holy water and other magical liquids?
Roll me investigation check.
My favorite.
And before you get the most racist Loxodon in the area.
Not bad.
There are a few places that actually sell religious artifacts from the city itself and from the outside world, as in beyond this world. And it kind of like you get the pointers at like the second floor. There are 2 shops opposite of each other. One is handled by a halfling, a lady that is in maybe her 30s, smoking something and getting very high of it. While on the other side there's a Loxodon who is very well dressed and kind of keeps everything in his place just kind of needy and tidy.
They're both in the same shop.
No, 2 separate shops. One is apparently within the city, the religious items, while the other provides from the outer world.
I'm guessing the city religious items one is the one run by the Loxodon, right?
Yes.
Okay, well I'm gonna check out the halfling one because if it's stuff not only from around this world but other worlds, there's a chance I can find some good stuff.
How close are they to each other?
About like 80, 90 feet apart. They're not exactly like directly at each other, but they're all minding their own business.
Let's hit up let's hit up the halfling one first.
Oh, that's what I was hitting, so
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you see a lazy halfling just kind of leaning against the side of the wall with a chair, dragon pipe, exhaling, and then looking at you, kind of lifting the pipe, mourning.
What? Have a look at your selection.
I mean, so what you basically see immediately is a lot of this stuff is in the hundreds, and some of them are in thousands of gold pieces worth, and they're not like
Well,
they're less of like items of like specific things, more like trinkets, items blessed by specific people, remnants or artifacts of specific places. You just look at this like, yes, the broken off chipped vase from Augustus II portrayal, and you're like, okay, why does this cost 700 gold pieces? It's like, there's no like something that would be immediately useful unless for like a very specific collector, if it's even legit. Then again,
yeah. I doubt I'll find something regardless, but is there anything related to Dythar in a way?
you gonna ask for it?
I'm going to ask. I doubt I'll find something, but if it's stuff from other worlds, then there's a chance.
Some stuff come from the archipelago itself. Rare as they come by, sometimes are bought very well. She kind of like grabs like a ledger of sorts and starts just kind of looking through it. She kind of looks at it at the D, then shakes her head. Nope. Nothing about it.
Nothing. There's no god of circus. Nothing similar to this.
God of circus. Immediately like starts like looking for the pages. I have a god of circuitry.
A god of what?
Circuitry.
What's that?
I don't know. Circus, circuitry, sounds similar. Isn't
well, no, not even somewhere in the slightest.
Those are two different things.
I was
Circuitry is a bit.
I was holding up my mask to give an idea of what I'm after.
Mm-hmm. She kind of eyes it for a bit, and then she's like consults the ledger a bit.
As she's staring at it, the expression changes. Does she?
Nope. Nothing as specific. One aspect maybe, but specifically in all regards, no.
Okay, well, that was worth a shot.
Can I see that circuitry one?
Let's see. She kind of looks at the ledger a bit, and then she kind of looks at the back where there's a single door, but looks like it's locked. She looks back at you and says, "Hold on a minute," and then she kind of grabs the ledger. Good half a minute later, she kind of brings out this what literally looks like a circuit for you, Ken, but it's extremely blue and laden in gold. Roll me an intelligence check. Oh my
21.
god. Okay. First things, you have no fucking clue. Like, you know, a circuit. You know this is a circuit, but this is like beyond your fucking knowledge or understanding of it, because you never even try to comprehend that in that level. but maybe New Dunkirkians would know something about it.
That's what I was thinking.
They're more advanced than everyone. Here,
425 gold pieces, this one.
$400 and I take it off your hands right this moment.
Persuasion.
You handle the price. Nice.
Oh,
I mean, a good man always haggles. Doesn't matter if he's poor or rich.
commanding presence.
Commanding presence. Oh my god.
Well,
Oh my god. A fucking command. Yeah,
there's
persuade.
the benefit. She's got a massive gun on his back.
I mean, do you wanna?
That would be more intimidation than persuasion, but okay.
Also, you're not exactly in the place where it could be like. Yeah.
Good thing too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She nods. Sure. Give me a second and let me just finish this. And she puts the thing on the table, and it's in like this very nice cylinder made of glass type of deal. Like it was encased in it, but not like it was like an empty case of glass, and it was put inside of it. And she kind of grabs a piece of paper, fills something out, and then kind of gives you a quill and tells you to sign there and there.
Okay.
Are you not going to read over it first?
Yes. I'm going to quickly, briefly read over it.
Essentially,
You don't want
okay. So you don't even need to roll anything. You see that it's basically a thing that the item is filled out as the small little identification on the glass is being sold for 400 gold pieces, and essentially all the funds are gonna be transferred by the end of today's day, which is November 17th, and essentially it's required like the buyer's signature of like for the legitimacy's sake.
It's a bill of sale.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to sign it and then reach into his bag of holding and just plop a sack of the gold down.
Crash goes the fucking.
And now I have a question as to, how familiar are you with religious weapons?
Oh, Well, more in the department of religious antiques, trinkets, baubles, not with anything of power, more like mementos and heirlooms.
You know, as I have a particular weapon on my hand that is connected directly towards a specific deity, and I want to know more about the specifics of how to properly empower it. It's very important.
She looks a bit confused as she takes a drag and then kind of puffs it out and says, "Mister, I'm a saleswoman."
Right. Then my next question is, do you know who's somebody who would be knowing about that kind of stuff?
Best bet.
Oh, place we can go.
Unironically, most likely the Loxodon are opposite, and she kind of points at the guy who you were told is the inland type of deal. And they're all about if it really possesses a spirit, especially a spirit of a god, they might actually be quite helpful if stories be truthful.
Excellent. Alright, well, Evan, do you have any other sort of business to do here?
I'm done.
Oops,
And
so,
you
well,
got your thing.
yes, it'd definitely be interesting for the new Dunkirkians, for at the very least. See what they make of that. Thank you for your time.
He kind of gives a nod and just kind of waves you away with a pipe.
Does about face and goes towards the Loxodon.
Yep.
The Loxodon seems like he's finishing with his preview, like the showcase on his table. Enemy sees you approaching and kind of claps his hands together and just kind of eyes you for a moment and kind of gives a slight nod. Morning.
Morning.
Morning time, sir.
How may I help you in this troublesome day?
Well, it's about a particular item that is within my possession. I was told you know.
Come on. Get it. I'm not gonna say what I just got, what kind of info I got, but you're asking about the weapon, right?
Well, I paused so that you can finish your conversation.
Yeah.
Say a particular weapon in my possession, and I was told that is very closely connected towards a deity of mine. And I was told that you know about might know something about properly empowering it.
He kind of nods, but slightly kind of squints his eyes. May I see this weapon of yours, Master?
He's going to look around first, and then he's going to carefully and cautiously place the falchion on the table.
Okay. He takes the falchion. You see all of a sudden the glint, he has these dullish emerald eyes, but all of a sudden they just kind of spark up with life a bit.
He's going to nudge Rev and say, "Keep an eye out."
Okay. He kind of grabs it for a moment, weighs it a bit in his hand, kind of steps back a bit, gives a few swings in the air. If you give me a few minutes to see its full potential, I might give you an answer. But truly, this is a weapon befitting a god.
It used to be his.
If I may?
Yeah.
Kind of nods, and then he kind of literally just gets on his, takes a seat on the ground, and just kind of, with his fingertip, just holds the hilt and the blade respectively, and just kind of eyes it. So, yeah, you just see the Loxodon just sitting and looking at the blade.
Inspecting the finest details on it. Anyway, I'm keeping an eye out because.
Roll a perception check if you want.
Yeah.
So, can you probably assume that this is an identification spell, which
You're getting a spark of.
I rolled a 1.
Oh god. Yeah, you're. I mean.
Wait, are you giving me advantage on this?
No. Spark Inspiration is a plus 5.
It wouldn't do too much. It would only give you a plus 5 for that, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So.
A full eye flew in my face.
So you're just gonna wait a bit, right?
Yeah.
Just gonna stand by still, or you wanna do something else while you wait?
He's gonna be there keeping a close eye on it. He's very protective of this particular weapon.
I'm just browsing through the items that the guy has and just having an idea of what he's got.
So what it seems to be, it's a lot cheaper, but all of it seems to be items related to the Spirit Master. spirit matter blessed water, spirit matter blessed wood, splinters, nails, idols of different. Interestingly enough, Spirit Master has blessed different symbols of different gods. May it be lawful good or chaotic evil. From Lathander to Share. If this like you see a lot of symbols and you recognize a lot of them immediately, and you know that a lot of them contradict each other by their alignment. So whoever the Spirit Master is, or if this Loxodon is lying, then again, who the fuck knows?
I'm just saying, this Spirit Master really seems to either not understand how the gods work, or is just pure neutral and doesn't care.
I mean, they're all cheap. 100 gold pieces for any symbol. Well, cheap in quotation mark, but you know, they're all made in fine bronze. They're not exactly cheap. Like the quality is very good.
Yeah, although I don't think having the symbol of a different god would really work well.
And yeah, just overlooking the stalls. Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of it. It's like there's no like stuff. It's all Spirit Master blessed, which is like
Well,
sus.
I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
it's been 2 seconds.
But yeah, essentially, you're kind of just eyeing, and you know, it's a handful of people in this place, and maybe because it's, you know, still early in the morning, a calamity just happened, not a lot of people. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, while Ken is like away, because I don't want to say this to you alone. Anything else you want to do, man? Like just.
Well,
Just.
a lot of the stuff here is ridiculously expensive. Trying to think, is there a proper magic item shop, or no?
Not
As
as
in, like-
not as
Back.
not as like proper shop that dabbles in magic item, but you see people dabble in like parts of armor or jewelry, and their prices, what you saw, are pretty expensive. So you assume that each one of them has, like, instead of like one shop that has the magic items, it's more like every single person has a certain type of item that can be magical or non-magical.
Okay.
From jewelers to bow makers, from tanners to metallurgists. Selection is wide.
Okay.
Yeah, so, Ken, Revan, 10 minutes have passed, and all of a sudden, the Loxodon chucks the blade into the sky, and he, with a single motion, stands up and grabs the blade by the hilt and does 3 more swings in front of him. And then kind of gives you a nod towards you, Ken, and gives the blade back to you with the hilt forward. A very fine blade indeed.
Indeed.
You require demons, is that it?
Yes. No. With my kind of knowledge, I only know varying knowledge about. Very little about them. I was about to set off into this sort of side quest that I'm currently on. But it would be most advantageous to know which foes I need to slay in order to properly power it up.
A handful would fit. Would you have any gold per chance? And a little of time? Because if you do, you could probably fix your problem. Because I'm assuming you would like to resurrect the god. or would you
Very
like to
much
claim
so.
it?
Very much so.
In
I
that
would
regard, you could travel to the monastery if you wish, and inquire for a demonic sacrifice. 10 of them would suffice for about 6,000 gold pieces. For all 10.
You don't
Wow.
say.
Hmm.
And where is this located?
We're very close to the very edge of the noble markets, if you know your navigation in the city. Towards a bit to the west, there's the barrier. Only those who
We're
are
new here, so no.
well, if you travel to the west, there is the barrier. Only the people who are vouched by the local communities or under special pretenses, such as like yourself, Master, would be gained entry, because that's where the most religious and most devoted people of the city live. And there are plentiful monasteries, and the monastery of 7th aspect would offer a solution to your problem if you got the coin and you got the time. I would say 3 hours of a stroll would get you fixed up.
Alright. That would be most advantageous. Thank you for that. He's gonna grab the voucher. It's like, and sign note.
Before you grab the vouch, he says 100 gold pieces. These things do not come cheap.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. He's going to toss him 105.
A tip. How generous.
That's
Kind of nice.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Note of that.
He's gonna turn to Rev. It's like, are we done?
Yeah, I'd say we're done.
I
Probably
don't-
actually have some of the other places, but
I don't mean to hijack this shopping adventure, but would you
I just-
accompany me
yeah.
over to that monastery?
Have you got more than 6,000?
He doesn't say anything. He just gives a wink, facing away from everybody. It's like wink. Yes.
I just sigh and like, okay, let's go.
I mean, if you got other things that you want to find in here, I can go by myself, but it would be nice to have a helping hand.
Yeah, and yeah, it would actually be smart to have a cleric with you. We'll further sell your
So,
was it?
towards the barrier then, right?
Towards the
Yep.
barrier.
Okay.
Looks like I just turned into empower the sword as fast as possible.
So, I would like you to roll me a d10.
I'll do it. Even though my life has been fairly shit today. 9. I rolled the 10 last time.
Okay. So, here's the interesting thing. Ken, to put in perspective for you, it feels like, starting from the bottom, it felt like just dirt roads of any lesser city of Norn, right? Like dirt roads with occasional like nice dirt roads. To literally, this quality of road is equivalent to like literally the palace, the king's palace. That's how nice everything is looking. So, but besides that, you start to see, if you'd like to roll me a perception check, please.
Hold on, my mic came off of itself. I need to fix it.
Of its mount.
I use one of my sparks.
Okay. Oh my god. A birdie. Jesus. Raven, you're not gonna roll perception?
Oh, sorry, what? I
Perception?
didn't hear you ask me for perception.
Perception, and you have flash, so +5.
+5 +3.
Okay!
15.
So, about 20 minutes in, you know, it's all nice. It's relatively like even though it's sun out, the breeze is like keeping the air very like nice and warm. Ken, you start to notice there's a pack of falcons perched up on like the sides of the buildings, and it's the first bird creature is spotted in the city. And they seem to be keen on staring at you and repurposing themselves in the positions when you are kind of leaving their vision. There's at least 4 or 5 of them tracking you and Revan. Additionally, with a high enough perception, you see that these falcons are armored. They have tiny armor, mainly the chest plate, that seem to be handcrafted for them.
Well, one thing's for sure. We've got somebody's attention in here, around here. But he points up to the burbs.
Yeah. Something seems a bit off about those birds.
Again, they're probably just keeping an eye on us, being as how we just got here. Pay it no mind. Don't draw too much attention to looking at them. Just keep going. Act like you don't have any nefarious means, because we don't. We're just doing a little bit of shopping and a side quest.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I just saw something. Oh no.
I just realized this is essentially the birds in a nutshell.
So, about another 20 minutes pass, and you start to see what seems to be an actual barrier of some sort of whitish line. It's like a tiny like section of a mist that is like permanently staying on a barrier of the wall, and you see a handful of Loxodon guards, or heavily clad in this very ornamented bronze armor, wielding either giant bronze claymores or axes as they stand guard. And the whole entrance towards the barrier, it's a wide entrance. There's not like a corridor. It seems like anybody could pass, but also the guards seem to be sectioned themselves so that, you know, if somebody passes, they could easily intervene. And as you get closer, one of them steps through the mists, and it's one with the giant claymore. He kind of gives a nod, looking at you both. And he's like about 8 foot 2, 3. He's a tall fucker. It says, "Good morning. How may I assist you?"
Oh, see, we were directed this way for religious purposes. More so, I have some dealings I need to do with a specific church. Which one was it again? The seven...
It was the Monastery of the Seventh Aspect.
The Monastery of the Seventh Aspect. I heard that they could help imbue specific items closely tied to deities.
He kind of nods. That is correct. Do you have a vouch for yourself?
About?
A vouch, yeah.
Uh,
You do? You paid for it?
oh, yeah.
Yes. We did pay for it.
Yeah.
And
So,
it.
yeah, he looks at it. He kind of nods. I see everything's in order. Would you like a guide or...
That would be very well needed.
Yeah.
We all new here.
Yeah, we just arrived. We arrived in the city, and not in the best way.
Just
he
gives him a light punch.
Yeah. So all of a sudden he kind of nods and he kind of extends his trunk and gives like a shower whistle for his trunk, and you see that there's like 2 similarly like less ornamented guard but still like heavily armored Loxodons who come through the rift. It says, "These will be your guides to the 7th Aspect Monastery. I wish you a very good day, and may the Spirit Master protect us all."
Bows is like, "Thank you very much."
I give a respectful bow as well. Always be mindful of other religions.
And then you hear in your brain,
real-
Revan, in your head, you hear a message like, "Probably not the best to tell them that we were part of the big boat that crashed, unless it's asked to us.
They can see it from here.
But they don't know that we're from it at this point. At least I don't think.
Well, no.
No. Don't touch him.
With the message reply, I was more implying we arrived via tidal wave.
So yeah.
Could have been any one of these ships.
Yeah. So the 2 guards, heavily armored, not as well ordained as the guards by the barrier. They kind of, walk by you and essentially lead the way, showing where the monastery is. And as you cross the barrier, you feel all of a sudden there's a cold chill just kind of goes through your spine. And it becomes a lot significantly colder. Not like cold, but like maybe from like 26, 27 degrees it became 17, 16 degrees Celsius.
Ooh, that's a sudden change of temp.
I'm gonna take your word for it because
it's like 20.
I have America.
It's like 20 Fahrenheit slower all of a sudden. Yeah. But yeah. It takes like a good half an hour. Your guides or guards just kind of tell you about like the monasteries, the surroundings. They're not like telling you the lore. They're like, this is the monastery of the 1st aspect. This is the 2nd aspect, and essentially just kind of naming. They're kind of with passive insight. They seem they're relatively bored about their job because there's nothing really happening here, and the streets are half filled. Everywhere you look, there's like a good 2 or 3 dozen people. It's relatively sparse considering what you saw previously, especially in the lower sections of the city. Almost everyone there is Loxodon.
Quick question.
Hmm?
All these monasteries are the different aspects.
Yes.
Do they have, similarly to the blessed holy symbols, do they have the symbols of those gods on them?
Plus symbols of the gods, like different tiers of gods on.
As in, how you mentioned in the store, there were the blessed symbols
Yeah.
blessed by the was it Spirit Master?
Yeah.
But they were all of different gods that are all different alignments.
Yeah.
Are those same symbols on these monasteries?
No. There's actually
Okay.
there's no symbols or indications of like being a monster besides like being a tall building and having Loxodon statues by the sides.
Okay, that's a bit interesting.
And you
Unless
don't
each
see.
one's
Yeah.
dedicated to a different pantheon.
Yeah. There's no like. You don't see any symbolism of any god. To the point that you like, do they even have a god? Then again, maybe the elephant is a god. The Loxodon. Because all of them have the same thing in common. Yeah, it's like... I mean, it's very peaceful, it's very calming. It's like, the air is kind of, cold, but you get used to it. And yeah, it takes like 30 minutes, and you're guided to the 7th monastery of the 7th aspect. Which is basically this very nice cobbled building that has no other entrance beside this massive wooden door. No windows, no nothing on the first floor. There's some holes in the second floor, maybe the first floor, you don't know. And it seems like it's a place that is like fully barricaded. Like, because other buildings have like windows open and wide, while this seems very enclosed. And one of the Loxodons immediately just goes on knocking to the giant wooden door. You hear massive steps and a few clicks and what seems to be a massive log getting chucked from the other side. A door creaks open and you see a Loxodon that is missing a single eye, while the other eye seems to be slightly engulfed by some sort of aura. He's wearing blackish robes, and his hand seems to be covered in blood. And he just goes, "What?" And then looks at you. And looks at you, Ken, immediately eyeing the falchion. What do you need, boy?
This falchion upon my hip requires the sacrificing of, I believe it to be 10 demons in order to release the deity, my deity, which is bound to this sword.
Fine. We're having a bit of incursion ourselves, so get it. Gives like a hand motion.
Where the demons are invading at the moment.
As you cross through the threshold, you just see what seems to be a Bobo demon just impale on the wall, still twitching. Yes, they are in fact invading. Do not mind them.
Ah.
It's a minor occurrence.
Well, then you should probably go finish that one off just so you can take.
I mean, is it alive or is it just twitching?
It's twitching and it's trying to get the spear out.
Yeah, I'm over here. It's like
Do you mind if we?
he's just gonna walk over and just go for the neck.
All of a sudden, you just hear that, like you just connect, and all of a sudden, you hear this hissing sensation, and all of a sudden, your falchion for a split second just lights up a bit, and dims back down.
That's one down. 9 to go.
Oh,
Yeah, and you hear the, you
at
know.
least we know a good starting point for it.
Yes. As the Loxodon immediately like locks the door behind, and you see there's like a massive log that you would assume, like, if you try to hug it, you could barely touch your fingertips. That is barring the door, and he puts it on back behind all the locked stuff. Says, "Well then, a pleasure to meet you both, younglings. High Necromancer Karazin at your service," and he kind of extends a bloody palm.
Just without second thought, grabs the palm and just gives it a hearty shake.
Yeah.
No.
I give him an honorable bow and also shake his hand.
Interesting relic you got there. Then, demon infestation.
Indeed.
Sometimes it's good to have a cleric around for that sort of thing.
Oh, we got plenty of clerics, necromancers. Understanding how they work, the demons and angels of this world and beyond, is kind of tricky, and some sacrifices need to be made.
Let's just say this is the one god of my empire, of my people, and the longer that we wait, the longer that I wait, getting him back into this world, the longer my people will suffer. No.
Noble cause. I can relate. Let me guide you to the waiting room, and from there you can assess the situation where you want to go. The monastery is already semi-clean. Most of the demons have already been slain, so I don't know if you have enough for 10, but if you got time,
as long as I get the killing blow on it, I should be good.
I was about to say, if you really need more, we can always summon more, but that costs money.
I do have the coin for that.
Excellent,
no
excellent.
worries.
We were informed it was around 6,000 gold for that service.
Oh,
For the full thing.
yeah. About 6,000 would do.
We'll work out that. See where we are at the end of this.
Oh, let's come.
But
It's
until then, happy to offer our services in helping the repellees.
Oh, this is just a trivial matter. We're actually making tea for breakfast if you wish to join in.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
I'm not a big fan of tea, but I might as well indulge you.
We got some coffee beans as well. It's a
That's
bit
I'll
of
take.
He kind of nods. And you can see the monastery has a bunch of demonic runes everywhere, but not like in like what's it called? Roll me a religion check actually for that.
Yeah, all that. I'm a high religion. Plus, my religion check is +6. Yeah.
Ken doesn't know.
Let's go.
Okay, so Revan, you realize that there's a lot of like demonic symbols from hell and abyss alike, but also there's incantations around them, and you don't know what they actually mean, like to fullest extent. But you imagine this is like some sort of protective seals against like the specific demonic entities. So yeah, the Loxodon guides you through like a few dimly lit by candles hallways that have a bunch of Babo demons, occasionally of just dissected rock, some hellhounds, all dead. Occasionally stepping over one of them, and you're all like met by this very open side room place where there's like a nice little garden. And there's like similarly dressed Loxodons in these blackish robes that are all just kind of smoking, and you see there's this tiny construct of bones that seems to be like a walking table that has a kettle boiling in it. And
This is such a horrifying yet hilarious. It would be horrifying if there wasn't big elephant people.
I'm now realizing what the aspects are.
It's great though, isn't it? I love this.
The guys here are necromancers and clerics combined, which makes me think each aspect is an aspect of life in a way.
yeah, so
Or related to the seven deadly sins.
But just go.
So yeah, they're all just chilling, and it's like, what are these? And the Loxodon guys said, these are our guests. They need help resurrecting a deity of their own, and they offered their service of cleaning your experimentations. He kind of eyes, while the other Loxodon just kind of drags the pipe and looks a bit like, almost like insulted. Hey, how could I know a tidal wave would wash and cause a ripple effect in the scrolling? Anyway, please be seated. We have freshly baked goods, oranges, tea of several kinds, and even coffee beans. And you see they're like lounging on these very puffy, large, like, I don't even know. I forgot what's the called. They're, you know those fucking like balls, not those cushions, but they're very massive because the Loxodon's like 8 foot tall.
So they're essentially on giant beanbags.
Yes, but they're very comfortable and soft ones, not the ones that you sink in immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
We partake. Have a few pleasantries.
Yeah. Everybody just kind of nods. Exchange their pleasantries. They're all just either they all tell their name, but they're all have the same thing of they're all necromancers. They're like so chill. They just fucking say that. There's like
it's. I do make a point saying, for the circumstances, this is a somewhat unusual but wholesome experience. Never before have I ever met a nicer group of necromancers.
Because we studied the way of necromancy, so we can study it from, preventing it or escalating it further. It is our task.
A classic. Know you practice the ways of your enemy to know how to better fight him.
Exactly. And tell me,
the balance.
And tell me, who would pity a demon? Exactly. And
Being as how we've mostly been, most if not all demons we've had to kill. Yeah,
there is one trying to kill me, but they're in a completely different dimension at the moment, so they can't do anything. Oh, and I'm not referring to the abyss.
Let me guess. Baylor. No, Succubi.
No, a frog. It's a frog.
Was about to say a rock.
Yeah, yeah. I'm assuming you understand how the Archipelago works with the whole pulling stuff from other worlds.
Yes. It's fairly certain that you're not from this world. And welcome!
Yeah. Thank you.
May the Spirit Master guide you wherever you go, as he takes a drag.
I think we sort of encountered the Spirit Master on our walk out here. Well, we had to stand aside and then we just got a cold glare through the silt.
I mean, I get why. You held a weapon. A very peculiar weapon. One that possesses a remnants of a god. He's keen on that sort of thing.
Well, we hold a few unique items.
There's only one that contains the spirit of one.
That would be yours. This one I obtained from one, and then I showed the short sword.
Dastardly maid.
The one who claimed to be a god, who previously owned this, was a bit of a bastard, according to the rest of our group. So he kind of deserves what he got.
So enough a bit of pleasantries. We need to actually figure out what we want to do. Because as fun it is reminisce and share tales, we still have like, what, 6, 7 demons below in the main summoning chambers. Which one? Second or third? One of the Loxodons. Second.
What kind of demons are you talking about in this case?
I assume a few rocks and a handful of babas. Nothing that we can handle, but we just got very, like, tired.
Well, the only requirement I require about when fighting them is I get the killing blow for them.
Well, if they're gonna
If
charge
possible.
us, we're gonna kill them. We're not gonna wait until you decide to chop their heads off. If you wish to go, here's the key. They just kind of nonchalantly give you a bronze key. Just go along, continue down the hallway. You will see a ladder that will go to the side, and that door opens it. If you wish to go alone.
It'd probably be best if we do that. Yeah. Wait for you guys.
We'll probably meet you down there. We'll be halfway through killing them.
I'll be there in a few minutes if you wish to be so eager.
We're gonna start making our way down there.
Yeah, but we'll see you a lot soon.
They all just kind of nod to you as you all like exit the thing. So did you actually take any drinks or coffee?
Well, I think I would have made a coffee during that whole conversation, and just
I would have had
as we were about to head down, I just downed it.
I would have taken some, sipped on some tea, and all that. Maybe had a bite if they had some.
Yeah, they had pastries and cookies.
Yeah, maybe a few pastries.
They're fucking delicious. And yeah, you're all just kind of.
As we go down, you're hearing messages. It's like, ugh. Oh, they seem like a fun bunch.
I wonder what the other aspects are like.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out later. For now, we got a job to do.
Yeah, let's clean house, as they say.
Okay, let me find the fucking thing.
Oh, and they mentioned rocks down there. If I encounter the one that's after me, I'm going to be... Do you mind if I take its head off? In the event that it is down there. Just, they could have accidentally...
What kind of that? What kind of?
It's a frog.
You ready to get your you ready to get down? Yeah. Okay. So it takes a few minutes, like a good minute, and a handful of corpses later, you make your way what seems to be just like a sudden stairway to the side. that leads downwards, and you see there's like a, a handful of seals to the side written in what seems to be demonic blood. The floor, a few inches of it is draped in it, and you see a very sturdy metal door with a single keyhole that fits the key.
Okay. You ready?
He's gonna look at his non-existent arm, or his non-existent watch on his arm. It's like, let's give it a few more minutes. Let them get their asses up off the chairs. So a little bit. He's going to take out his sword and his buckler. His silver buckler.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you know the one.
Yes.
Baby. He has his half plate on too. So just follow my lead. Stay behind me and keep me up.
Okay. So, how many minutes are you gonna wait?
Just a couple minutes. Just a couple minutes until
5 minutes.
2, 3.
5 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes past nothing.
Yeah, it's like he's psyching himself up. So like, okay, here we go. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. And he's going to unlock.
Okay.
And is it a double? Is it a single or a double door?
Single.
Okay. He's going to slowly open the door.
Okay. So, the first thing you see is a bunch of blood just kind of pours through the door, and you realize there was like a half a foot of blood just leaking out, and you literally stumble upon a river of blood that seems to be just a hallway in this dimish grayish light coming from the ceiling. You don't even know how, like, grayish light, but it's just a pond of like this blood, and you realize
now my boots are bloody.
yeah, and you realize if you walk forward, you go down, and it goes like 1.5 feet. Additionally, there are in total 6 chambers, 3 in each side, and the one to your first right, with a large door with a number 2 written on, is busted open, and it seems to be holding bits and pieces of demon guts. It's absurdly quiet in this place.
They did say that they were in the middle of a ritual when the tidal wave hit.
Yeah, and there was some problems. Well, no time like the present. Let's find these demons.
Fuck! Ow! Ow! Fuck! Ow! I stubbed
okay?
my toe. I stubbed my toe. Ow! 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 Ow!
Yeah, I feel your pain.
Ouch. Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm just going to do the... Well, before we hit any further, I do everything I need to beforehand, which is manifest echo, and I'm preparing mirror image for when we encounter them.
Okay.
I'm holding my action for that because
the hallway is maybe 100 feet, 50 to 200 feet long, and the chambers individually, the chambers seem to be part equally, and the doors maybe 10 feet tall and about maybe 5-6 feet wide. These are massive doors. So you're gonna just walk into this and just see what's good?
We're going to I am going to stand at the entrance for a little bit.
I'll scout ahead.
We're basically I'm giving them a chance to see if there's any sort of movement first.
Roll a perception
Yeah.
check.
Okay. Dice roll. Please roll good. Yes. 22. Because I'm slowly making my way into the room.
Oh
That'd be a
god.
17. That would be a 26.
Okay, you almost immediately stop. You realize there's blood more still in this chamber. And you know it's fine. You don't see anybody in there. But then you realize the sudden shakes in the water, in the blood actually. You realize they're hiding under it.
Oh,
As you see occasion like a small twitch on the blood surface.
Nope, stop. It's like there.
Yeah.
Give me just 1 second.
Okay. Say because I know there's about to be combat, I cast Mirror Image, so there's now multiple of me and my Echo. Just ready for combat, and
I am going to open up with a line. As I take out my cigar, which I obviously had lit up before coming in, it's like, I've come here to smoke cigars and kick ass. Throws it out, and I'm all out of cigars. Throws it into the pool.
Okay. With a sudden hiss, it's
Casts fairy fire right in front of the pool.
Oh god. I would like you all to roll me initiative.
let's do this. Initiative is that still 15.
Yeah,
Now you are demonic combat message.
I rolled a 2 and still got 1 under you.
Well, okay. Yeah. So
okay, give me a second. Gonna do 20
Now.
plus 4. Oh, look at that! Demons go first. Wow.
Yeah, of course if they do.
Good thing I did fairy fire then.
So with mirror image up. Oh, wait then. Okay, there we go.
Again, stay behind me. I got this.
Well,
So I have a simple question.
You'll see
Ivan,
why.
your echo
see
went
why.
first, right?
well, no, my echo. Well, actually, yeah. I'll say my echo went into the room. Only
So
up to about 30 feet in front of me because that's the
yeah.
range.
So all of a sudden, the demon's first move is all of a sudden 5 babals just emerge from the blood, and immediately start stabbing your echo. That's their turn. As they look at you, not being phased by it, they immediately start looking around. Immediately, their eyes dart at you.
Well, did they hit his AC or is it just doing an AC? Remember?
Oh, what's your AC, by the way?
The Echo is an AC of 19.
God damn it! Yeah, give me a second.
Because if they all like, they
Let's
would,
see.
if they fail to hit its AC, they either pass right through it or it's dodging every attack.
Okay, so technically, only 4 hit, 5 hit actually.
Well, then it's dead because it has 1 hit point.
True. So
It just
they all kind of stab it, and it disappears, and they look confused at it. Then it looks around and look at you.
Hopefully, it explodes into a deck of cards.
Oh god.
I'm flavoring it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's do this.
I mean, it's your turn, Revan.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the last.
Sorry.
I'm last for some reason.
Sorry. Okay, so hold on, I did that. So now, how many are pretty much at where my echo was? Garrett,
Huh?
how many of those demons were at my echo?
How many? 5.
5. Cool. What's the? Okay, let's see. How many can I hit with this, or is it just one?
Number. I want the final hit.
Okay, so wait. Okay, wait, no, that would probably insta kill them, so that's not a good idea. Okay, so I'm just trying to think what's a good way of doing this that won't instantly kill them.
Do you have the ability to haste?
No. Why do? Wait, yeah. It's range. Oh, I can do that because it'll do low damage. I'm going to use my Sacred Flame cantrip to a creature you can see within range. So the one in the middle. So it must make a dexterity saving throw.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I'm using Sacred Flame on one of the demons.
Yeah.
It has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god, let's see. 16.
That's the save. So.
So it beats it then, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes it. So it beats it. So that means it didn't do anything. It just dodged the radiant fire. Dang it. And that was one action. The bonus actions have got. It's been a few days, so. Okay, damn it. Sorry, I'm just. You know what? I'm doing this. Necrotic Shroud. Oh, wait, it's an action. Never mind. Fuck, I thought it was a bonus action. Sorry, I'm just. Yeah, no, I can't actually do anything. I'm not going to use Action Search Soul later.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm done.
Okay. So, in that regard, Chen, you're up. What would you like to do?
How far away are they from me?
Closest 15, furthest 35 feet.
I'm going to the closest one.
Okay.
And I am going to swing at it.
Okay.
And which ones are... How many of them are in the fairy fire now?
All 5 of them.
Ooh, sweet.
So...
Let's see here. With advantage to fairy fire, so 9 plus 20, but that's 30. That's 32.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's a hit.
Alrighty. That is 33 divine damage.
That's a dead Baba. As you swing through it, it just like you realize that with this blade, you swung through it, and it feels like it's swinging through like warm butter. As you cleave it in half, you just see a single shining glow for a split second. As the dissected Babo hits the blood.
That's 8 now.
What's the next one? Near me.
Uh,
Is it right next to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna swing at that one now. For sure, right.
Dun, 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 dun. Yep, another one dead. The blade lights up again for a split second longer and extinguishes again. Anything else?
After that, he's gonna bang his falchion and his shield together. Say, "Have at thee."
Oh god. Okay. Let's see. The bubble's turn. So let's see. The first one is gonna try to hit. Okay, both of them with disadvantage.
Yes, because of the shield.
Yeah. So that fails. Then the second one.
It gives me +4 to my. It gives me +4.
Okay, that's a fail. And oh god, wait a minute. No, yeah, all of them like try to swing you, but they also are. You see, they're like they look at you, but when they try to look below you towards the buckler, all of a sudden their facial muscles start to twitch. Something looking at them makes them very, very uncomfortable. But they literally, they're so sluggish and slow. This is so fucking easy. Revan, what would you like to do?
So that's what a bound looks like. Okay. So instead of pulling out my rapier and the short sword, I reach into my bag to hold it and pull out both my katars. Because they do less damage, and which is good because we're trying to have it so that all the demons pretty much die to kin. And then I pretty much hit into the fray with them just to weaken them, essentially. Like, so, because I'm dual wielding them. Okay, so
You can specify non-lethal damage if that's all right with Eric.
Yeah, just enough to put them at a breath above death. But these do 1d4 plus 3, so wait a minute. Okay, so 1, 2, 8. Does 10 hit?
Give me a second. Does 10 hit? No.
Okay, well, bonus action since I'm dual wielding these. Wait, what? Oh, it's not showing his dual wield at the moment. There we go. Bonus action 1, 20 plus 8. That's a 20 to hit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I miss one and then spin around and then put the Katon to its back.
Oh boy.
That's 1d4 plus. That's 1d4 plus 3. 3. 6 damage.
Yeah.
Slashing.
Yeah, you slashed it and
No, piercing. Sorry, piercing.
Yeah, pierce it. It's still alive. It's kind of pissed at you.
Damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and good. Action surge. And necrotic shroud while I'm right next to them.
And Ken.
So they all have to make a DC 16 charisma saving throw.
Doesn't Ken also need to do that?
Okay. All within 10 feet. Sorry, Ken.
So what's the save?
It's a DC 16 Charisma saving throw.
One of them succeeds with a natural
My
20.
favorite.
Wow.
Pardon?
One of them
Yeah.
succeeds with a natural 20.
Screw it, we're going to use our a spark to get that
Uh,
up to a +8.
you've just made it.
Nice.
Perfect. Now, so the other other ones are frightened now. They're frightened of me. Until the end of my next turn. Okay. So you see, like after putting my K-Tan to the back of the other one, you just see me like, okay, time to take this seriously, and then both the bony wings extend from my back.
Take my wood.
Yeah. So, and this is the first time you've seen me use Necrotic Shroud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my action surge action, so do I have another bonus action that's action surge? I forget.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, cool. Can I attack and do another attack with my bonus action? Since dual
No.
wield feet allows me to.
Oh, yes.
Yep, okay.
Specify different target.
Yeah, this will be a different one. Not the one I hit the first time, but a different one. So 26 obviously hits. 26, and then
Just want to say you're supposed to be rolling with advantage because of very fire.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. But
Oh.
it's a bit.
I
it's
would
a little
I would hit anyway.
later. Yeah. We'll do it.
Oh, anything else,
and,
Roman?
and then 5 for the hit on the second demon. Yeah, so like Necrotic Shroud, that all the majority of them freak out. And the one that didn't freak out, I just put my K-Tar in its chest.
Alrighty. So, Ken, what would you like to do? Hello.
I'm here.
Yeah,
You only gave me a second to respond, so I'm going to. I don't want to do that. I also want to do that. He's going. He'll just attack the two nearest ones, the ones that have been hit. The other two that have been hit. So, by Revan already.
Okay, roll to hit. That's a hit. And that's
Natural 20 on one of them.
Yeah. So roll damage.
First one.
Okay.
43.
Okay, yeah, that one more dead. Another flash of light.
And that one is
Yeah.
doubled. But I don't think that.
Yeah. Another flash, and all of a sudden,
Go ahead.
you see at this point your falchion, the blade, like the blade part of it, starts to emit this faint glow.
It through his with each cut, each demon he slices. He everyone he slays, he voices to himself. "Say, this is for you, Prophet Matthew. Prophet Matthew, or no one."
Like,
So,
As I'm hitting each
The
of these, you see,
the
like,
demon.
I'm
Okay.
pretty much doing full acrobat on these guys.
Yes. And for the final demon, it will try to run away. Ken, Revan, you gotta.
Opportunity attacks. Yeah.
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 I'm not going to do lethal damage on this, but I'm still going.
Just let
I'm
Ken
just going
finish
to
this.
weaken it. Yeah. I'll pretty much get it in its leg and then bring it down so we can decapitate it.
Oh god.
Wait a minute.
This is literally like you come to a low level area.
Actually, yeah. This is like doing a side quest after defeating the main boss.
Yeah.
I
And
literally
I-
called it a side quest.
Yeah, you called this, and well, you said I have advantage on these because of fairy fire, and it's also frightened. So 25 to hit. Oh wait, not 25. That's 11 plus 8. That would be
You just
19
minus
to hit.
6 out of it, yeah.
Yeah,
For me, it's easier to take away the lower number
Oh.
than to.
yeah, 19 to hit, and then of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah. Roll damage, and of course, Ken, you also roll to hit.
1d4
Oh my
plus
fucking god.
3. And I'm not going to kill it.
You're not.
4
Okay.
damage.
Okay. Ken, roll damage. How do you want to do this?
He's going to, like. Oh. He has a big grin. It's like, oh, I love him when they try to run. Makes a fun for it. And jump attacks. You split him down the middle. He's at this point. You could Revan could tell that he's 100% enjoying this.
That's it.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh my god, it's so fun. Slash.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Meanwhile, the hit of another one is just by me. I just kick it into
combat is over, and you're back to just a pool ridden with the babas, and you look ahead and you see the chamber lasts for like 60-70 feet, and there's literally nothing there.
After a little bit, he's gonna like, ooh, that felt good. Gonna swing his sword a little bit, like, oh, he sliced quite nicely.
Oh, now we have
And
to
it turns
find the
around,
rest
it's
of
like, and right after that, he's gonna holster it, pull out a cigar, and light it. Look at
them.
Revan, it's like,
Thought you said you were out of cigars.
I lied. I thought it would
Yeah.
sound cool.
Now, I have to find the rest of those demons. Should they mention there were some vrots down here? And these were just the weak little shitlings.
Yeah. Oh. Woo. Yeah, it was a little fun.
Okay, you just
I think
hear,
at this point, as a nice warm up, should
You
probably
just-
wait for them.
you just hear a bird sound from above. You look up and you see there's like what's it called, foundations, and you see perched up by one of those foundations is of rock.
Oh, so that's where they are.
Stop.
And
It
why would
glares.
we stop?
I do not have any quarrels with you mortals.
Apart from the fact that you're technically invading this monastery.
We did not invade anything. They summoned us here.
For what purpose?
Ask them. They're the prideful ones thinking whatever to do is righteous. Or would you be very pleased of all of a sudden being dragged away from your home in a place to be slaughtered for? Hmm? And you see, this is a rock that is crooked, and he has a cane, and he looks very old. And you see in his darkish bluish plumes, some of them are gray. This is an ancient rock, to the point that I was like, what, like, do rocks even, do humans even age that poorly?
Now we reach a bit of a moral quandary here about this. Do we?
You say ask them, is that because you don't want to tell us, or you don't actually know why?
He kind of shrugs. I do not care for what they want. I do not care for their petty squabbles. All I do not know is their pridefulness is gonna be their downfall.
Do you know how many other demons are in this building at the moment? Apart from the 5 we've just murdered.
One of my kin, hiding in the shadows. It would lash out because it's afraid.
Turn down. Well, turn down 6, we need to take out 4 more.
What if I told you the reason I'm doing this is for more... It's for personal gain. There's nothing to do with them. I could care less of what they do. Right now my people are without a god. As far as I'm concerned, right now, you and your friend will help me help my people. The words will be taken into consideration.
It kind of like looks to the side of you to the blade. For greedy purposes, you're doing this. For power, is it not?
Well, more about resurrecting a fallen god. Well, not fallen in that way, but you get what I mean.
So it could grant you power, shiny trinkets, perhaps.
Well,
Is that you that kind of person or no?
let me. So, I do it as a service to my people.
Anyway.
It is through my efforts that they shall prosper in this new world that they have found themselves in. And this is but the first step towards it.
Roll me an insight check.
Yes, please. And here comes another flash as well, just to be safe.
Just to make it even better.
And good thing too, we're 18.
Yeah, 4.
Noah. You see a look of irony in the old rock. As it flies down about 10 feet in front of you, stretches itself full size, about 7.5, 8 foot tall. Says, go ahead. Strike me down for your personal gain. I'll remember to recite these words when it's gonna be the other way around.
And what does the insight say about that?
The inside
Or-
says that the rock senses a great deal of irony about this whole situation.
Ah. He thinks it's like, Still saying no to that offer, but just for shits and giggles, you mind telling me what that last bit means? Is it, if I kill you, will you, son, come back, have a target on my back?
I do not know, but first of all, I only relinquish this information to friends. Are we friends? Looks at your blade, drawn, still wet with blood.
I see what kind of power, what your power does to good friends. I'm gonna have to say, I'm not a fan.
Well, then strike me down if you wish. Do I intimidate you with my cane? With my broken wings? He kind of flaps them almost mockingly at you.
No, it's just you're the first demon that hasn't tried to hit me on sight, so found it quite interesting. But now I see that you have warnings just like the rest. I've heard it before. You won't be the last one to give me such an ominous warning. Oh, I will say, it has been fun. He turns, but as he turns, he actually grabs his sword. He's going to turn around and aim for the chest with his sword.
Roll me 4d100s.
Oh dear. That's whenever the DM says something like that, it's never something good.
Ooh! You want to strike. You wind up, and the whole the whole rock is just standing defiantly, cane in both of his hands, just waiting, staring at you, with almost like a low, grumbling chuckle to himself. And as you swing, all of a sudden, something stops you, as if like you hit an invisible wall about 1.5 feet against the chest of the creature, to the point that the Kenku itself is confused. Not the Kenku, the rock is confused. You feel a cracking of electricity coursing through your veins, Ken. Before suddenly it stops.
Do I know the point of origin?
The blade, the falchion.
See the problem that it doesn't want you to kill this rock.
He's gonna recoil a bit. It's like, after looking at it, he's like, looks at the rock. It's like, are you saying you knew this? The one trapped in this sword.
No, but it's a lot wiser than you. He kind of chuckles at you.
Just to shut him up, I snap my fingers and cast banishment. I'm sending him back to where he came from, because we can't kill this guy if Problematic prevents it.
Okay. He fails automatically as all of a sudden he manifests away from this place.
I just...
Yeah.
After that, he takes in for a sec. It's like, looks at the sword. It's like, there's one other in here, but I think we're done right now. Let them deal with the other one.
Yeah.
I have a few questions I need to ask him first, real quick.
What, the one in the shadows?
Oh,
Or
the ones who let
Loxodons?
us in here.
Oh, yeah. Well... Well,
I got some goods.
I pretty much yell out to the room. Hey, by the way, your rock friend sold you out. We know you're in here.
There's like almost a hissing sound echoing through the hole somewhere above.
Well, yeah, I don't think you'll last long once the Loxodons show up. I'm just.
I'm leaving I'm leaving
I'm
the chamber. We're gonna lock it up behind.
Yeah, so am I. I'm just pissing this thing off.
So yeah, you make your way out. You lock the door behind you, and
Are the
yeah.
Loxodons close behind, or are they back?
they're
Find them back?
they're still there, just mind your own business.
Huh.
You see, two of them are playing what seems to be checkers now. As they're just kind of mind their own business. You see more tea has been supplied, same with pastries, and one of them just kind of acknowledges your presence in the door. It's like, so how your turn? How was it? See that you got a bit of blood on your boots.
We got about five. We got about 5 babals.
6
There
of
was
the
a
small ones.
Yeah. Well, there was also, for some reason, the sword wouldn't let us kill a specific rock.
Yeah, what would you
More
do?
specifically, the older one.
An older rock.
Yeah.
Kinda look
hunched
at it.
over,
They
Pain looked very old.
look at each other, the Loxodons. How old? Did it have a beard? Did it have horns? Stuff
It
that were.
looked ancient.
Good call
Think
about
of-
killing them. Good call.
Think about the oldest human you've ever seen times 10.
And why exactly is that a good thing not to have killed it? I'm curious because the sword reacted quite interestingly when I tried.
This is just theory, but from our knowledge, those are fate binders. Ancient rocks that can shift fates. And they devilishly enjoy irony. They're frail
That's
and
great.
weak, but death is not exactly an issue for them.
There's a good thing
At that realization, Enough goes from a pride upright to shoulders slump a little bit. It's like, looks at the sword strike, gives it a nod. It's like, and then it's a good thing we didn't kill the other one then too. There's still one over there. We managed the old, super old one, but the other one, we haven't seen it, but it's up there in the rafters if you guys want to have at it.
We shall.
Yeah. We also informed it that the other one sold it out, told us where it was, so it's pissed off now. But thought you guys should at least have some fun.
I don't worry, we shall, but how many you still need?
So we got 6 with the sword, including the one that was up here.
Correct. I'm still 4 souls short. Of demons short.
Oh yes, and one other thing we should ask: the Fate Weaver one was complaining about being ripped from its home. Wondering why you summoned them in the first place. Not meaning to pry, but it might give us some insight to why these things are a bit pissed off.
Oh, we weren't even trying to get a fate binder or a rock at that matter. We're trying to get different species of hellhounds. But like I said, the tremors from the water, the whole ordeal, disrupted it somehow. But it should make sense because it was all in parchment, not interesting. All of a sudden you see a snap happens, and all of a sudden you see from one of the Loxodons pockets, a skeleton hand just emerges and starts writing notes on a piece of paper.
By the way, there was also a massive pool of blood down there.
Yeah, that came with the. We don't know where we got that from. Did the rock give insight on what that was about?
No, it just went on a tangent about how it was annoyed that that was taken out of where it was, and that it was trying to intimidate us and make us rethink our life choices.
Rocks, Babo, and the Hellhounds do not live in harmony. They live in separate regions. I wonder if the trembles.
It would explain why the rocks were on the ceiling and the Babo were in the hot pool of blood.
Just a quick question. Are you able to summon a couple more of those?
Yeah. Just one of the Loxodons. You mean like, so 2,400 pieces? You got it on hand?
Sure as hell do.
So let me try something. Stand there as he kind of puts a finger through the hallway next to a corpse of a Babo.
Oh no. I think I know what he's about to do.
Alright,
Anyway.
he's going to do that. Sword and shield at the ready.
Ready to swing for its head when you see it twitch.
Oh, yes.
Okay. You just hear the Loxodon something incantation, beginning of an incantation, and his right hand becomes engulfed in flames, and then a snap happens, and all of a sudden, boom, the Babo is engulfed in flames, and all of a sudden just starts to twitch and like starts to hiss for a moment, and then
Chop.
Yeah, with a sudden chop. You don't even need to roll. Yeah. As soon as you hit, the blade lights up. Did it work?
Well,
The Loxodon says.
We're down to
It
3.
means how every time I chopped one down, it glowed. So I would imagine so. It looks like it.
Okay. So stand out by this one. points at like the hellhound, and just like. I'm like, Robin, you're basically seeing like the most laziest resurrection or necromancy ritual ever as a Loxodon who's like pointing and Kendall to stand in a specific position while he's like low-key just eating pastries off like the side of the table and ordering a.
He's just Kendall does not notice this fact at all. He's just like, oh, we're gonna power up my sword.
You've got your back to him.
Yeah.
Like as it. Do I have? If I have one.
Yeah, sure.
And just watching.
But the best part is that the Loxodon is not even in the hallway. He's like has his head poking out through the hallway. Like that's how lazy it is.
Oh god.
Yeah. So
I'm these guys more.
I'm in the kid in the candy store just chomp.
Yeah. So a minute or so later, you got all the heads chopped, and the blade is in full holy light. You feel a sensation.
I was sure to pay up front first.
So how much was that off? How many?
2,400.
Since we were only summoning like 4 instead of
not even summoning reviving.
Oh yeah, no, they were raising the dead.
You see how free and peaceful the world is when you don't have morality.
Yeah, no, these are grey necromancers. They prefer the balance.
Yeah.
He's gonna look, swing it a few times, like, big solid nod, like, I think I can take it from here. Thank you very much for the use of your facilities, and wish you a wonderful day. Now, if you'd be so kind as to see us out, that would be awesome.
Are you gonna do the ritual? I'm guessing you need to do a ritual, right?
Yes.
First aspect, to go there.
First aspect?
Yes.
Alright. I will keep that in.
If you came from the east, the biggest, tallest, and most opulent building.
I don't mean to pry, but what's like? I said you're all necromancer, cleric,
We're all necromancers. We do not dabble in life. We only dabble in death and demonic entities. Sometimes abyssal.
I do know that death clerics that are all about causing death. So necromancer clerics.
Well, that is correct. We hadn't had one in centuries.
Anyway, what are the other aspects represented? Because I'm assuming this is all about death and demons and devils and all that.
Aspects of life.
Because much.
The first aspect is ascension. It may be as transcension, transition, or ascension.
That actually may be helpful to me, because I have a mark of ascension.
He looks confused at you for a second.
I show him the scar on my shoulder.
His eyes suddenly go wide. He kind of inspects it a bit closer. I think I saw it as a marking once there. And then again, I haven't been there for like, 47 years?
Oh yeah, I forgot I need to put these away. And I forgot that I still have my necrotic wings out. Yeah. Long story short, my dad's a god. I know
Well,
that may be odd for an SMR.
well, we're all ascendant from some sort of god, are we not?
Yes, but I'm more directly related.
Good for you. I hope your parent was a good one.
Anyway,
You're, at this point, you just feel a glaring from wherever the direction towards the entrance is. If you look, you see kind of just like full arms crossed, leaning up against the doorway, it's like
okay,
motioning his head.
I'm coming.
Okay, he gives a bow, said, "Thank you very much for your services. We will be making our leave."
I said, "I'll be with you" as I walk off.
So, you know what's the best part? Getting out, you realize how fucking warm it is outside, and it's kind of refreshing going outside. And you realize you have so much blood everywhere.
Oh yeah. So,
Oh shit. Prestidigitation. Do a prestidigitation path.
just off both of us.
So yeah.
Thanks for that.
After a sec, quite the lively bunch, aren't they? And he chuckles to himself and starts walking towards the first church.
Yeah, they're a lively bunch for a bunch of necromancers. So,
Alright.
we can't deny that they've got a bit of ingenuity. That table made out of bones.
Not to mention those seats, those were quite comfy.
I pretty much sank right into them.
Yeah. So, takes you a good 10 minutes and you make your way to the first church, I guess the temple of monastery or the church of the first aspect. And it has no door, but it has this golden bronze archway that lets you into this open, large building. And the first thing you see is this large statue.
Right before he enters the pit, he puts out his cigar. It's like flick, stomps on it, picks it up, puts it in his pocket. It's like,
yeah. So the first thing you see is a massive statue of a Loxodon, about 50 feet tall. And it says Spearmaster Aura, the founder and leader of the Loxodon people. And there's two massive bronze tablets to each of them, essentially showing almost like a epic of a cataclysm becoming of a world and a single Loxodon island looking like asking for a blessing to the sky. And the sky is parted and the stars have been revealed. And then all of a sudden the calamity is no longer there. And you start to see bronze sculptures of all different gods. We're talking Pharasma, Mistral, Tempest, like a dozen of gods, all in their own little tiny things, seeming to be full of jealousy of the Loxodon, as it has its island as its own, while all the other gods seem to be offering theirs, either by offerings as like the islands, or essentially trying to showcase how the islands that they possess are better than theirs, than his. And the Spearmaster is just teeming with pride.
When I said this place was opulent, I was half expecting this, but not this.
Yeah. So
Yeah. He's just like trying to take this whole thing in, but he is getting nowhere on it.
Yeah.
When consuming what's going on, he is.
Yeah. Well,
It's like, hey, I guess it
Yeah.
looks
Either-
cool.
Either it's a very big ego boost, or this Spirit Master is a fucking something. Is he a god? Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, deities
Christ,
of
I'm a
certain
fool.
race, deities of specific races do tend, different people do tend to be more highly looked upon than others, depending on where you are and where you go. It makes sense. It would be like that.
Also,
Whether or not it's true is yet to be determined. But
so yeah.
anyways.
Also, as you're watching this, a well-dressed in orange robes and these golden jewelry, a young Loxodon approaches you. In her maybe early 20s, just kind of gives a low bow. Says good day to you both. Welcome
Good day.
to the Temple of the First Aspect. How may I help you?
well,
Look, just be blunt. We're looking to release my nation's deity from his current weaponry state.
A refugee from the Archipelago, I assume.
Yes.
and for the other reason, I showed the Martyr of Ascension. Thought this might be the best place to
Raven,
Find out how to-
roll me a perception check.
perception. Oh, just see how freaked out they are when they see this. 21.
Looking at the thing, like, just kind of shoving that off and just, like, looking at the surroundings. In one of the ornamentations of the wall where the bronze, like, the epic shows, where the gods are, and they're showcasing their islands, one of the islands is literally this mark.
The marker they have.
Yes. It's a landmark.
Oh.
Yes.
So I was showing the mark to the Loxodons, like, yeah, like, you know, I see that. I'm thinking, that's a bit of a coincidence. Anyway, I would actually like to know some. See if I can find out how to access the power contained in this, as there are quite a few people after me for this power. I'd rather not. I'd rather they didn't get it.
Huh?
What? Did you not hear what I said?
No, I literally couldn't hear anything.
Okay. Well, I was saying, I would actually like to, I would like to find out how to unlock the power in this, as there are quite a few individuals that are trying to hunt me down and take the power for themselves. I'd prefer to prevent that.
That could be arranged. But then again, she kind of looks at the mark of you, and then looks at you, Ken. Very peculiar bunch of you.
You should have seen the rest of the room.
No. She looks at you with very. She looks very, almost like puzzled to the point of like what the fuck she's thinking about. And then she kind of snaps her fingers for a bit. Oh god, oh dear. Very well. As per the scrolls that we need to follow, the ritual must be completed in the presence of the Spirit Master.
And we saw them heading down towards the harbour.
A few hours ago, yes. But now
Yeah.
he's close by. You might be
Good.
too close. So if you wish to stay, wait. Plenty of places to sit. By the gardens, out in the inner courtyard, or in one of the chambers of ascension.
Let's go to the garden.
Might as well.
A few things to sort out with before we get to it. We'll be in the garden. Yeah. Let us know when he arrives so we can make our cakes.
He or she, whatever. Yeah. Anyway.
So we're gonna head to the gardens, and when we get there, he's going to try and commune with the sword.
Okay.
See if he gets if he can have us even attempt to hear Prophet Matthew.
There's nothing.
Oh. He's going to... Oh, yeah. Really use your opinion. Have a way to get you out of here. But there's something about this place. I'm not 100% sure if this is the right time or place to do it. I need you... I need your go-ahead. Whether or not this is the right place to do it.
There's no
So that's
response.
basically what he's just going to be doing. Yeah, all that. It's like, no. Oh, wait, thanks for saving me back there. That was got a little overzealous. So so basically he's just talking to the sword at this point, even though it's not responding.
So, so you're just gonna wait and just okay. So the inner gardens are very well kept. There's a bunch of monks and clerics, all similarly dressed, either meditating, having idle chatter with each other, or just enjoying this quite open and quite large garden, which is like a quarter mile. Not a quarter mile, but a quarter mile. About like 250 by 250 feet of area.
Yeah. When they said that this place was a lot bigger and more opulent, they weren't joking.
I mean, there's fountains encased in bronze. All statues seem to be dedicated to the Spearmaster, which is odd. And it's not like a deified, it's a very humble statue of a Loxodon that looks nothing out of the ordinary, just with his back straight, being humble, looking forward. And there's a lot of statues. Some of them are different poses, but all of them are modest nonetheless.
Yeah, it's just like
It feels like a cult, I know.
Yeah.
yeah. He's as the longer he's here, he's like, okay. Gets a little upset, but he's like, nope, this is. Oh, they're going. Lord Prophet Matthew.
Well, a cult. Well, a god is just a cult with a franchise.
Okay. So basically, we're gonna wait.
Yeah.
It's like Revan's gonna say, remind me to ask him what they get out of this thing. If there's any catch-22, if there's any catch to reviving God here. I think it's better if you're the one who asks.
Is it because I'm a cleric and would know more about this?
I would rather, yeah, something like that.
Fine.
It's probably nothing. I just gotta cover all my bases before we go through with this.
Oh no, I understand your worries, as this seems a bit prideful. Is that the best word to use?
I mean, it's a different region. This is obviously theirs, their region, so it would make sense. I'm just saying, cover all the bases.
Yeah, just the idea of the spirit master having all these statues of himself.
Oh my! Should have seen known in its heyday.
Okay. So
That is the case with most gods, but
one of the Loxodons walks out of the courtyard and kind of gives a bow to both of you as you're like just chatting. It says, "The Spirit Master would wish to see you."
oh, good.
All right.
Let's get this sorted out. We'll do your thing first, and then we'll see if they can help with my
Mine's
situation.
gonna take a while.
Well, yeah. Anyway, lead the way.
So, he leads you for a good few minutes. Second floor. Everything is just quiet. You can hear every single footstep that is made in this place. And you're all just led to this two doors that are, like two separate doors in a single room. And it kind of opens one of them, and you see this is a room that, like, maybe 10 feet away from the entrance is just filled with white sand. And this room is maybe 100 by 80 feet of just sand. And on the other side of the room, you see a old Loxodon sitting, staring at both of you with these baby blue eyes. And you immediately both remember the chilly gaze that you received earlier today. About this time, it's like 1 p.m.
Well,
After
as
soon as we enter the room. What was that? Yeah, Kendall's gonna bow.
Same here. Considering this seems to be the highest ranking official here, that's a smart move.
All of a sudden, he extends his hand and clutches it. And as soon as he clutches it, you immediately see Kendall that he has the blade, he has the falchion. You look back to your side, you see that your falchion is gone.
he's going to have a panic in his eyes, so but not say anything. He's just going to observe.
You hear both of you consecutively a whisper in your head saying, "Come, sit in the warm sands and meditate if you wish upon. I sense you have many of questions. I might
He's
have
going
plenty
to
to answer."
He's
As he releases the blade and the blade starts to float in front of him, and he kind of almost like pushes it mid-air in front of him, and he kind of lets the blade just float like 2-3 feet above him, and like in like 2 feet up from him.
He's going to cautiously yet still go forth onto the sand and all that, and go to the position where he's been gestured towards. It's like,
Same here.
I mean, he doesn't really offer you a place to sit, so you can technically
he's
sit
just
anywhere.
well, he's going to go center, but not quite center, just a little bit further back.
We're both offset from him, with, like, say the swords and him in the middle, with us to the left and right.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'd say that's the smart
Really,
move.
I only have one question before we get started. Is there... It's just in the back of my brain. Coming in here, I noticed statues and all that. Is there some sort of... And I don't mean to be rude when I'm asking this. Is there some sort of catch of when we go forth and resurrect my god?
So many have doubts. But I founded the Silent 3.5 millennia ago. I am beyond these catches. He kind of looks at you with a smile.
And then you... just a subtle sigh of relief, like, alright, with that, I'm ready.
I just sit down, cross my legs, just in a very welcoming pose.
You all of a sudden just hear this soft humming and a slight glow from the sword, as if like a tiny lamp. It will take some time, but within an hour or so, he will be made whole again.
He's going to give him a nod. Like, excellent. I'm ready to meet him again.
So ask your questions, because I feel like you're curious about me, this place. I sense that you're brought here because of my wishes, my blessings.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It's more of events that have co-aligned with us meeting here today. It's been quite the journey, but I assume the birds were yours?
Birds belong to many people. I haven't had one for so long. I tend to attach to these things, and it's such a heartbreak when they pass.
Alright. Yes. We were following... We've journeyed quite a while. Been journeying for quite a while. We've seen many things. About halfway through, I lost Prophet Matthew to a wannabe god, and since then my people have been without him, and I just want him
I want him back. For the safety of my people.
You see, all of a sudden, lines manifest in the sand in front of you, for both of you to see, and you see a visage of Azador manifest in the lines.
Yes, him. I carry his blade after his defeat. Thankfully, one of our allies took him down with 1,000 slashes.
All of a sudden, you see a familiar shimmer, and from Azador comes Plucky.
Yeah, the Tinder. Even though he's incredibly annoying at times, you can't fault him for being powerful. Somehow, fate bends to his will at times, but
Too many in the archipelago, fate can be bent.
We sure as hell witnessed that firsthand on more than one occasion.
I know.
I have my own main question. Something I may need help with. As you can probably tell by my unique appearance and relation to a specific deity that isn't really worshipped here, in this world specifically, I have a mark of ascension inherited from my father. And there are many groups and people who are after said power. I'd like to prevent them from getting it. And from what I understand, if I unlock the power, I become a god. Or close to one. Do you think you can help me with this issue?
All of a sudden, he extends his right hand and kind of grips it. I would like above of you to roll a perception check.
Okay.
Inspiration or genius flash.
Okay,
Almost
that's
got a few more of the. Got a few more of those.
Is that given to me as well, or just you?
It's anybody within 30 feet of me.
Oh, so I can take it as well. So what's the bonus?
It's plus my intelligence modifier, which is 5.
Yeah.
Okay, plus one.
Can you want to do a roll? Oh my god.
Oh, damn it.
Well, that. You mean perception?
Yeah.
Give me just a
Oh,
sec.
the
I'm in the
liver.
wrong. Thank you for stopping me because I'm in the wrong chat right now.
Even with the bonus you gave me, I got it.
And that's
I rolled a
perception, right?
3.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Jesus.
my.
20. So
You
34.
you barely succeeded. For a split second, as he extends his hand and clutches it. Like a flash frame, you saw the Loxodon change form. Its flesh became made of stars, its eyes white, its maw open and distorted. You saw something similar like this before. The soldiers, corrupted by Jonathan and Norn, Zagratis, Omnius, something in the color, something about it strikes you very similar. And as he clutches the hand, all of a sudden in his hand is the glowing symbol that was on your shoulder ribbon.
It's not there anymore.
Nope.
Ah.
It's just empty tissue of like there's no scar, no nothing. It just looks like it's perfectly healed. Which is kind of,
I was more wanting to unlock it so that no one else can.
I know what you mean by that. Do not worry. I just want to see it closer, as it kind of expects it very close. And it kind of snaps it, and all of a sudden you feel the sensation of like a slight tear in your shoulder ribbon as the sigil is gone.
Hold on. I've seen it before.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. I have been hurt and backstabbed by that which hides behind it. Behind this thing for it. Just let me know. What are your intentions? What is the end result here?
Mine are clear. Of those who you speak of, I do not know, for I do not live their lives.
You say, but you have connections to this thing that has made them what they are.
I have one of the doorways to it, yes. But that does not mean that they know my secrets.
It's like he just does not know what to do right now. He's like,
yeah. So
I want him back. I want him back.
And you'll get him back.
So wait.
What is your relationship with the thing that you at this point probably know we seek to destroy? If we destroy it, will you come after us, or do you not care?
No.
It's destruction.
It must be destroyed. That is the fate of it.
Exactly.
So wait.
Then you are. I'm going to quickly insight check him real quick because of
Quick
that.
clarifying question, Aaron's our character.
Mhm.
So has he just completely removed the scar from me, and there's nothing there, or
No. He removed the scar. He looked at it. You made a comment, and when he snapped his fingers, the sigil in his hand disappeared, and all of a sudden you felt a sudden pain in your side, and you look back and you see it's there again.
I'm going to insight
Okay,
check.
so he just put it back.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna roll insight real quick. All right, it's a 19.
I mean, he seems trustworthy. He has a simple tone, but it reverbs in tiredness. Like, we're talking a very long, exhausting life.
Yeah.
He's going to relax his fist and say, and let us proceed. With this, we'll be one step closer to destroying it. You have my word.
No, you don't. Because you have no power on destroying this thing.
So, anyway, of destroying it? Do we
You
have
know
a chance?
who can.
Yeah. I do believe I do.
Right. And just silence. Gives a nod. It's like, okay.
He must.
No further. Oh, go on.
He says he must. I made so many of them. One of them must. They're my sons after all.
Then may I say, you have my word that I will do everything within my power to make sure he succeeds. And I will lay down my life for him. Like, just as my dedication to my people.
Is he referring to the person I think he's referring to?
Yes.
Let's hope
yes.
so.
Ah,
As you all sit in silence, I would think it's a good time to end it.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. That's a good time. It would be a great
Yeah.
one.
We're in a small combat zone. And,
Well.
Bombs fell out.
yeah.
You got anything you want to say before I'm shutting the stream down?
Woo! Detour successful.
Yeah, originally it started off as a shopping run, turned into murder a bunch of demons, and then have a chat with was I believe is a deity.
Awesome.